Can we start?
Okay, sir. You can
Yeah,
start.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
This conference will now be recorded.
Able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Okay. So, morning we have looked at one aspect of cybersecurity, that is PAM, Privilege Access Management, and one solution which is supporting that PAM, that is CyberArk. Now, in this session, we will have a walkthrough over different applications which we are using in industries. Okay, for every aspect of an application or a process, we have different tools, cyber security tools, which are available. Okay, so we will look at few of them. So first thing, we used to have, we used to not even we have antiviruses. Okay, if you know, you know what is virus and what is antivirus, everything is fine. But nowadays, not nowadays, there has been, I would say, expansion to an antivirus, that is an EDR system. Okay, we have what, a replacement for antivirus, that is a EDR. EDR stands for endpoint detection and response. Okay, it is a modern replacement of antivirus security suites. Okay, what does EDR do and how does it varies? Okay, it varies a lot, it varies a lot from an normal antivirus thing. Okay, now if you look at EDR tools available in market, see here, these are the various EDR tools which are available in the market. Okay, we have like CrowdStrike, we have Sentinel One, Swan, Bitfinder, Cisco Security Endpoint, Kaspersky, many things. Okay, and Microsoft Defender. Please remember this name. This we'll discuss at last. Microsoft Defender. Okay, so today we'll select one tool, that is CrowdStrike. Okay, CrowdStrike Falcon, a EDR tool. Okay, we have many EDR tools, but this is the one in which I have expertise on. Okay, that is CrowdStrike. Okay, fine. So you can have if you go to the home page, here you have start free trial where you can do the free trial, but you will not find much difference if you have only one system. This difference you can identify if there are huge number of systems. So approximately we manage around uh, 25,000 plus endpoints. Okay, we manage around 25,000 plus endpoints using this CrowdStrike EDR. If you go through this, you will see why EDR, what is it, CrowdStrike, how it is different. It has some AI integrated in it. As you know, this is AI era. So what we generally do in our day-to-day basis, what we do. So If you look at the EDR dashboard, this is how a EDR dashboard look like. Okay, it will give us all the statistics. So what are the detections? How many detections have been prevented? Okay, it will automatically quarantine the file, or it will delete the file, like antivirus does. How antivirus stops a virus? Likewise, it has capability of not only stopping the virus, even the files or malware things, commands, everything it can do. This is a typical dashboard. What is the hunting score and how do we hunt and everything, activities, what are the different activities, because managing 25,000 systems and endpoints, I mean endpoints means what? It can be a user laptop, it can be a server, it can be a Linux machine, it can be a Mac, so what are Mac machines, or from containers, it can be a small instance or WVDI. Okay, a virtual desktop, everything gets managed here. What do we manage? We manage everything on that machine, starting from the USB ports. Okay, we manage USB ports, we can block the USB ports, we can give access to USB ports, even we can have a track of things which have been copied from USB to USB. Okay, from your machine, what files, with file names, with file size, date and time, what you have copied, names only, not the content. Okay, what you have copied from USB to this, either you need to give permission or not. Okay, I can't log in into dashboard and show you, that's why I've taken some images. So this is a typical dashboard look like. Okay, console, sorry, this is a dashboard. Likewise, we have few tens of dashboards, different dashboards, and this is a typical console which look like. Here we configure the things. Okay, endpoint security, we have cloud security, identity protection, we do here, we can do investigate, SOC analyst, you might have heard of job, security operational center, SOC analysts, they all do work on this tool. Okay, USB device, you control USB, everything. Okay, and you can even what we can do, network isolation using this tool. If you think a user, okay, suppose we are in India and our user is in some Dubai or somewhere else, and you think that machine is trying to uh, that is a company resource, and if he wants to manipulate thing, or if you want to copy anything or do anything, here in this you have option of isolate. So if you isolate that machine, only my CrowdStrike endpoint console can only access that machine, no other things, no Wi-Fi, nothing will work. Okay, you can just isolate that machine. Whenever you want, you can again join it to network. Okay, we control up to that level. So this is controlling part. Apart from controlling part, it also uh, does the scanning and do everything. It will give us the alerts. You can block some applications. Okay, if you want to block any, suppose a Slack application or any .exe file which you don't want to run, you can block them. You can create rules. Lot more things here we can do. Okay, if you want to hear, you have been seeing, if you look at the hunting score, how does you hunt, or do you do, if you open a particular thing, it will come like this here. So this is the user, this is a user machine from where he all have connectivity, using what exe he has connected. Okay, all the description. Okay, based on that you will decide where there was some malicious file, from where did he access. Okay, this can be, he might have accessed that file unknowingly, it is not that he will do it knowingly. Okay, so how the route, what is the route, what he has followed, everything will decide, and then we can decide whether to keep that file or delete that file, or isolate that machine, or not to isolate, or to clean that machine. You have control over that machine completely using a dashboard. Only thing is, they will be connected via agent install on that machine. Agent will be installed on that machine, and that agent will be reporting to the console. Based on the console, you can control that machine. So these all features are not there in an antivirus. These all things are not there in antivirus. Antivirus is something like standalone thing. You just install in that machine, you forget about it, it will keep on doing its job. You keep updating and doing its job. But this is completely next level. Okay. Now even EDR, there is an advancement to EDR, that is XDR. Okay. Previously, not previously, EDR. Now even we have what different XDRs also. These are more advanced. Again, remember the more advanced you go, there is definitely a cost involved with it. Nothing is free. Everything is chargeable based on the machine, based on the things whatever you're using. So based on the company's what we say financial things, okay, commitments, they will go either for EDR or XDR. Okay, this is one thing which I want to tell you about a tool. You can just I have shared you the link. You can just go there, look at it. One more tool. We have been talking about passwords in my morning session. If you remember, it's not recommendable to write a password in Excel sheet or a document or a page. So what is the best solution you have? If password is not known to you, like an admin password, privilege account password, yes, definitely they are stored in CyberArk. What about your normal passwords, normal login passwords? If you want to log into your applications or something, okay. So for that we have what password security tools. Okay, password managers. You have different password manager tools. One password, this, that, on all. And here the one which I am using or I have expertise is Keeper. Good. So this is the dashboard. See, this is how the Keeper dashboard look like. Okay. Here we store our passwords. Keeper is a place where we store our passwords and it will autofill your password. See the demo it's showing. Let us start from beginning. You can have it for personal or you can have it for business, and you can even try it for free. Yeah, this is the home page. Okay, for various things you can create a record. He's clicking on create a record. He will add what type of record. It is login, bank login ID. It will generate a strong password if needed. That is saved. When we log into the page, you have to click on fill record. It will fill automatically. It is not only used for saving the records, but it is also used for what? Sharing the records. You can even share the records. Even you can mention after sharing, either you want to edit it or the one whom you have shared, he can edit it or he can reshare it or he can only have a read only permission. You can add different things, and this is also very widely used. I will give an use case here. Mm, so there are few Facebook pages, Twitter pages, or even YouTube pages of our company which are handled by third party people. Okay, so if they want to post anything or anything, they need to log in into those Facebook page and they can add the content or advertisement or anything. So here the thing is, our management does not want them to share our passwords, because what will happen if I share my password is some ABCD? Okay, he might share it to anyone else, the competitors. They might log into our Facebook and they might post some misleading ads or something which damages the our brand name. So only access should be given, and access should be given only to a particular person, that too without looking at that password. So what we do, we onboard that password onto the keeper and we share that record with the user, and we enable auto fill. Okay, so here what will happen, just he need to click fill record, it will auto fill, that's it. And we disable everything, so neither he can edit the password, neither he can see that password, neither he can forward that password. See, can edit, can share, we making the owner, that is not happening here. Okay, so who accountability will be here. Okay, that is a one case. And we can have our internal password. Suppose a Azure team is there, it is working on some server, they want to share the login, user id and password, normal login, not privileges, normal login and password. So team manager will create a user id and password here, and he will share across the team. Only the team, based on the permissions he have given, whether they can see or not, you can have it, and it will auto fill the records. Okay, likewise they can do. So keeper is one of the tool which we used for password manager. Okay, you can try it for free. Okay, you can even have it for personal use. If you are the guy with having number of passwords and difficult to remember, and you're maintaining somewhere, you can you have your credit card details, bank details, everything, and it is accessible over different things. Even you can access it over your mobile, you can access it over your desktop. Okay, everything everywhere you can, because this is a cloud version. Nowadays everything is cloud. The XDR is a cloud, this is a cloud, and you know the benefits of cloud. These are accessible from anywhere. Okay, now we will look at a tool. You will say seeing repeated names here. CrowdStrike was there in XDR, CrowdStrike was there in EDR, even it is there in threat intelligence tool, but it is up to us. So based on our requirement, we use them. So for a threat, one second, give me a second, please. Sorry, yeah. See, we have Palo Alto. We'll come to this. Okay. So here it's Zero Fox. See, external cyber security. Domain protection. See, threat intelligence. So we use this external cyber. We use this Zero Fox for our brand protection. See, this is it. What I was talking about. Brand protection. We use this for our brand protection. What do you mean by brand protection here? See, here I'll tell you what happens. So suppose we have a suppose we have a website. Okay, we'll take an example of Polarity College. Okay, we have like polarityengineeringcollege.com website will be there, which is used for students to pay the fees online. Okay, polarityengineeringcollege.com. Okay, what a hackers or they will do, they'll create a one more page like polarityengineeringcollege.in or polaritycollegeofengineering.com with similar names without much difference, only alphabet here and there, or with different domain they will create. And if by mistake student click on those link, it will look like the same original page and same thing, and you will enter your bank details and you will transfer the money. Here what is happened, here both way, the student, the customer is lost, even the brand is lost. Okay, who will test? This is not something we can do manually. I can't daily keep on looking for that. So what I do, I take a zero fox subscription. I give him, this is my brand. Okay, this is my polarityengineeringcollege.com is my genuine website. Okay, polarity youtube.com/polarity is my official YouTube channel, and my Facebook channel is this. Okay, my Instagram is this. Okay, you just give all the inputs, everything related to your brand to the zero fox. Keep on look for any similar matches. Okay, if any similar matches are found, okay, they will send an alert to your team saying that we found something similar to the domain which you have shared with us. Now it's our job to see, okay, whether it is a genuine or not. If it is not a genuine one, you can raise a case asking them to take that down. So what they will be doing, the zero fox team will be reaching out to the owners of that page. Okay, I hope you know who am I using, who am I. You can just track the domain owners and they'll drop a mail, and they might have bought the domain from like GoDaddy or somewhere else. Okay, they'll drop your official mails and everything, and they'll make sure that the page is down. Here, what we are doing, we are trying to protect our brand. It is not only brand. Suppose okay, for even if you take same example, Polarity College will have a principal, and there will be a Facebook page for the principal. Okay, nowadays you might be seeing many fake accounts have been created with the same photo or same name with a little difference. Okay, everything is caught hold by the zero fox and notified to you. It's up to you to take a decision and pull it down. Okay, not only brand, everything, it take care of everything, all the external cybersecurity services it has. Okay, you can download the report or you can just request for a demo. So all see here, why use zero fox? I'm not sure. mm, okay, I'm not sure to you or not. uh, are you able to hear the voice of this recording or not?
No, sir.
No, okay, fine.
No.
You can
No.
just have it in your free time, no worries. So I'll stop it.
Okay.
There is no use of running this video. You can just have a look at the video, you'll get more insight about this. What is this platform? I'm just trying you to explain the real-time applications which are not mentioned here. Okay, here they will just promote themselves, they will not say what is what. Okay, these are very big terms. The only unified external cybersecurity platform for protecting to response. You'll not understand, but once I give you some example, you'll able to understand. Okay, see, I told you now. In anything, your domain, your Gmail, your Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, LinkedIn, your Twitter, anything can be, this is Slack. Okay, anything can be protected here. Any domain, anything, for a company, for a person. Okay, all your digital assets, again it has AI inbuilt. There is no way you are going to run away from AI. Okay, this is one more. Mm, yeah, like email email gateway security. Okay, next is our what what Okay, again, for every single aspect there are n number of tools, okay. See, these are email security, and the one I am familiar with is Mimecast email security. Okay, I hope, not hope, I know everyone will know what is email and how it is used. What if someone tries to send a virus through an email? Okay, you need someone to secure that. Yes or no? Your firewalls will not stop that. Your zero fox or your something will not stop it. It will reach. Okay, it will be in PDF format. Okay, who is the one who is going to stop that? Okay, we have Mimecast here. Again, this is also AI driven security solution. Even this is related what to counter attack what even most sophisticated cyber threats. Okay, so today our topic revolves only around cyber security. Hmm. Again, you can have it like get started. You have many things. Yeah. So majorly it is used for what? Advanced email security. Okay, it defends against most sophisticated email attacks and stay ahead of threat. So what happens here when you send a mail or even receive a mail? First, the mail is received by the Memcached. It will check it. Then it will forward you to your inbox. Okay. If you are sending mail from inside organization to outside organization or inside organization to inside organization, every mail going out and coming in will be via Mimecast or your email security gateway. Okay, so this is where it will read everything. There is nothing hidden. It will read everything, and if it is no security threats and everything, it will allow it. Not only that, you don't want any sensitive data to be move out of your organization emails. Okay, suppose there is some budget which you don't want a HR manager is there or someone he prepared a budget and you don't want that budget to be sent to any other domain like your Gmail or Outlook or somewhere. You'll write rules in that. You have a console for this. In that console you write a rules. I'll see if I could get my cache console images. I'll even share you this link. You can even go through this. See, this is your homepage. This is how your console look like. Okay, you have your accounts, archives. Okay, whatever mails are sent through and through. You can have a limit. Okay, we have a limit of 1 year. So Mimecast will save emails up to 1 year. Okay, 1 year all records will be there. What are the directories, gateways, what keywords should not be there in the mail. If those keywords are there, whether what you should do, you have what inbound queue, you have outbound queue. Okay, it will stop something. Then based on the request, you can release the mails or you can stop it. See activities. How many attachments have been blocked? How many have been held? How many emails have been rejected? How many emails have been bounced? Okay, how many have the attachment linked? What is the what? how many policies we have edited, how many see all the how many have been rejected, and how many have what manually envelope rejections we have done, all the buttons, everything. Okay, likewise you have many options. This is how we write the rules. Okay, it looks like okay. Email has been attempted from this to this. This was the file name, this was the extension, this is the size of that mail, and this was the time. Okay, whether to send it or not. So our emails are protected using what? Our email security, sorry, Mimecast thing. Okay, Mimecast has a very good knowledge portal. Okay, where you can just read everything if you are interested. Now coming to our next thing, we have DNS security tools. Okay, coming to this, and the tool which I am familiar with is Infoblox. I hope you know what is DNS, and this is how the tool which we used. Not only see this, we have n number of tools. We have even Cisco Umbrella, Akamai. Here, Cisco Umbrella I used to say. Okay, previously we used to have Akamai, Cisco Umbrella, and currently we are having Infoblox. Hmm. It's a very good tool actually. Flowbox, CO console. Mm, 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 mm. These are not so. These are old, not cloud version. Fine. So what we do here? Okay, Infoblox is a DNS security. Here we block the. Majorly, it is used to block websites. Majorly, we use this to block the websites. Whichever websites you want to block, you can just block them here. Apart from that, again, yes, it has AI inbuilt with it. So by default, it will block something on its own. Example websites, I would say we generally block like data transfer websites like WeTransfer, OneDrive. Okay, these are the major websites which we block because no one should able to transfer our company files or anything outside the network. So we try to block all the data sharing links. Okay, they have to use only even Dropbox also we block it. They have to use only Microsoft 365, which is a licensed version. Okay, not only that, we give some keywords. Okay, already there are set of keywords. Example like child abuse or something else, pornography. those are already keywords are already listed. So it's asked to select the group name. If you select that group name, whatever the keywords are there, you can't access it within that network where we have info blocks installed. Okay, even we can have a track what website who has on which machine what website has been opened. Okay, this also we can keep a track. We don't know which human has opened it, but on what machine what website they were trying to access, and what has opened and what has closed, which gone through. Okay, all these DNS, main DNS securities. If you create an application and if you deployed it, and if you want it to be accessed only within the network, it should not be accessed outside the network. Everything you can manage. Okay, this all can be managed using what? Our DNS security tool, that is our info blocks. Similarly, we have what? Cisco umbrella for that. Coming next to disk encryption tools. Okay, this is not much like an cyber security, but still we use this. Okay, disk encryption software, because even okay, I did not paste it here. 1 second. Let it be, because this is a part of Microsoft thing only. Okay, it's parts of Microsoft. So let it be. Yes, this is more important. Okay, for DLP we have this. DLP. DLP is one of the major tool. Okay, that is like data loss prevention. Okay, here we see that data is not lost. That means whatever you do on a machine, it's recorded. Whatever you do, whatever copy you do on a machine, okay, let it be from anywhere, let it be from a email or it be a USB. If suppose CrowdStrike miss or anything miss, DLP is something which will not allow you to download or upload a data without the proper permission. It will be based on the policies, the keywords, or many different things. If you try to copy something, a event will be triggered and it will be sent to a administrator. Okay, then he will look at the task what has happened. Okay, likewise it is mostly used what? Protect against insider list. Okay, mostly about So the one who is operating the machine, it's up to him. He can delete the file. If he got hold of others, he can delete it. Anything can be recovered here. Okay, based on the policies, if any violation to our policy is happening, this is how again that look like. This is the incident manager homepage where the incidents get generated and people keep on monitoring that. Okay, you can just go through this. And coming to mobile protection, mm, we'll have mobile security tools. Fine. So we have our checkpoint, which, uh, which is a mobile security robust and agile transport tool. Okay, you can even have a free trial of this. You can even request for a demo. How does this protect? It's more like a good antivirus for your system. Okay, we have antivirus, but here in the cloud based a robust solution for mobile. Okay, this is used for what? Mobile threats. Okay, this is a market leading mobile threat defense solution which we have. Okay, based on the different aspects, we can have what? A complete protection, and it is very simplified to manage and user friendly. See, it look like more like a true color, but that is a free version and it is a paid version, and it protects you even using what? Man in middle attack, what we were discussing in morning. Okay, and it protects on malware, phishing attempts, everything, block infected devices. You might think this mostly Truecaller is building. Truecaller is a free thing in which you have ads and something else. This is something which is which we need to buy. It is not on a free subscription. Okay, free subscription will be there only for trial period. Then you have to buy it. So there will be a team behind it working on it. You will not get any unnecessary ads. Okay, this is installed in all the organized managed device, and wherever uh, whoever are using organization like what to say, like organization image, what is that, outlook. Okay, wherever you have organization data in all those organization machines, let it be a mobile or let it be pads, let it be tabs. Okay, except your laptops kind of thing. Okay, like mobile, wherever you have what, network connectivity there, it's the best thing to install, and remaining it will take care. So it protects, it gives complete protection. It will protect your apps, your files, network protection, OS, device protection, everything. And it reads only your OS type and few basic information. Okay, not completely, but it will try to protect you. It's more like a mobile advanced antivirus. Okay, not only this, we have many other tools like we have Akamai, we have DMark, we have QRadar, Centigo, Skyhay, Casby, many other tools are there. Okay, before we end, I would like you to introduce one more tool, that is Microsoft Defender. I would say Microsoft is like mixture of all the tools. Whichever tools I have discussed so far, almost it has all the capabilities. Okay, this Microsoft Defender has the capability of EDR CrowdStrike, has the capability of password manager, threat intelligence, gateway security, okay, DNS security. I'm not sure about DLP, but even this checkpoint, all these capabilities are there with Microsoft Defender. Okay, so I told you now it's an XDR, so more than EDR. CrowdStrike is only EDR. This is XDR. It can defend against all the malicious, all the cyber threats. Okay, it can protect your cloud. It can do anything. This is very vast tool. Okay, which will have control over everything. All the tools are there. So if it is so robust, vast, and even company is also very good. Okay, so why not people start using this? Why are we using these many tools instead of this one single tool? Okay, again the same thing, there is a cost involved in everything. Okay, if this is so robust tool, you will also charge in that manner. Okay, they are, because they are providing single operations, they will charge accordingly. If he is providing everything, he will charge accordingly. So it's again up to the company's policy to decide that. Okay, you can have a free trial here, you can have your contact sales, you can look at this. I'm not sure about it's Microsoft Defender console. So because this has many things, it has very different consoles. Okay, different consoles for endpoint, different console for email security, different console for PAM solution, different console. Many consoles are integrated each. Again, this is a cloud version. Yes, it use Azure. Okay, to start using this, you should have idea about Azure. Okay, it looks like this only. Okay, Microsoft Azure and endpoints and everything. You have many options in that. You'll forget how many options are there, what you are doing if you just dive into this tool. Okay, it has all the dashboard, resource groups, everything. Okay, if you have some time, please go through this. Okay, yep. Any doubts, anything you want to ask from my end? Are we good? Did you get to learn anything new? Any comments or feedback, questions? I really appreciate it.
Two minutes. Yes, from the participants, if there are any questions, you can post. Yes, then, sir, it has been a very good session, sir. Very fruitful, very informative. We could learn many tools. Many of the tools which are we are all not aware. We could get
Yeah.
in touch with the steel tools. Thank you for the session, sir. Thanks a lot. We'll see. In future, we'll try to have more sessions from your side, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you, Ashok sir, and thank you, Polarity College management for giving me this opportunity. Hope you come across use these tools in future, and you can just have a look at this if you have time. You can make note of them, and you can just have a look at it. It's really useful, and this is the future. As we are trying to justify the title of our FDP, future trends. These are the future trends here. Okay. Thank you, Ashok sir, for this opportunity.
A pleasure, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.
Bye. Thank you.
Dear participants, as you know, we are left with still 2 hours of time. One of our faculty member, P. Suresh Babu, will take over the next session. Now I request Mr. Nagaraj sir to introduce the next resource person, Mr. P. Suresh Babu.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Thank you so much. So, Mr. P. Suresh Babu hold as a. My name is first. My name is Nagaraju, assistant professor in GPREC Engineering College. So, the resource person is Mr. P. Suresh Babu holds a master degree in computer science from JNTU Anantapur, and is bachelor degree in computer science and engineering from Gutti Gates Institute of Technology. With 3 years teaching experience, he has passionate about advancing his knowledge in AI and ML. So, has recently began exploring the field of drone technologies. So, his topic is the introduction to drone technology, sir. So, thank you. So, Suresh Babu, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Please.
That was a nice introduction about me.
Okay,
Thank you
fine.
very much.
Thank
So I can take the session, right, sir?
you. Okay. Carry on, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll introduce myself once again. My name is P. Suresh Babu, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Emerging Technologies and Computer Science. Uh, Today, I think you have been having a great sessions these days. Right now, we'll take a look into one more session regarding to our drone technologies, which you might have heard of drones, UAV. So we'll just take a look at what is actually drone. So introduction to drone technologies. Now, first we'll start with a very basic term, that is a drone. A drone is nothing but an unmanned aerial vehicle. Am I audible, sir?
Audible, sir. Audible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So a drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle that is a machine that can fly without a human pilot on board. Its flight path is programmed by software or controlled by remote. So what the definition actually stating means a drone is nothing but unmanned aerial vehicle where there is a no man on board pilot. So we are aware of the aeroplanes that we are going to fly where there will be a pilot and he is going to drive by it. But coming back to our drone, so there is no pilot on board, but instead of that, that is going to be operated by a remote controller. We simply call that one as a transmitter. Using that, we are going to operate, and that is nothing but a drone. So it is obviously a machine that can fly without a human pilot on board. So that's why we are calling it as a drone. So next we are going to see there are few two terminologies widely spread across these drone technologies. That is UAV. So a lot of people are getting confusion between what is a UAV and what is a drone. So now UAV is nothing but unmanned aerial vehicle. UAV is more formally and technical term, primarily used in the military and aerospace industry. It has been around for several decades and was initially coined by the military observations and combat effort without human pilots on board. So now talking about drone. Drone is more colloquial and modern term. It gained popularity with the rise in the consumer like commercials, aircrafts, and they are going to use them in the short term as a drone. So if you're speaking of aerospace industry and military, they will be termed this drone as a UAV, nothing but unmanned aerial vehicle. So these definitions might lead to somewhat confusion for you, but we'll take a simple look at it. So we'll get a basic or proper idea to it. So if you look at two photographs, one is we are having a Rustum 2, an indigenous medium altitude long endurance UAV, and one more is quadcopter. So if these are for military purposes, so they are calling this one as a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. Whereas to our right, we are calling as a quadcopter or a drone simply. So simply talking in the simple terms, if you are talking about the aerospace industry and any military application, they will be using the term called UAV or UAS. So unmanned aircraft system or unmanned aerial vehicle. If you are talking about the aerospace industry and the military application, where coming back to our commercial uses like videography and photography, we are using the simple and colloquial term that is a drone. I hope there is a clarity between what is UAV and what is a drone. So now we'll just take a look at what are the types of drone we are available. So now there are mainly four categories of drones based on the wings or propellers that it has. So the mainly four categories are fixed wing drones, multi-rotor drones, single rotor helicopter drones, and fixed wing hybrid VTOL drones. Now, these terms might be not familiar to some people. There is nothing rocket science in it since we are talking about the aircraft, but there is no rocket science in it. So, we'll be having categories of drones. How they are going to categorize means based upon the wings and rotors that they are having. Fixed wing means we can consider it as a normal aircraft where there will be having a two broad main wings and those are fixed. And coming back to multi-rotor drones, they'll be having some motors and they will be rotating so that it will take off. And single rotor helicopter. So the name itself, we are having that it is a single rotor helicopter, as that is similar to that our helicopter, where we'll be having a single propeller and a single motor rotating, and it going to take off. And now fourth one, that is a fixed wing hybrid VTOL. So VTOL is nothing but vertical takeoff and landing, and it is a hybrid that is nothing but it is having both fixed wing features and also as our multi-rotor features. So these are the types of drones that we can categorize. Now we'll just take a look upon what are the categories of drones present and what are the types of the drones that we are going to see. So now see this one, a fixed wing drone. So here you can see this one, the fixed wing. So which is resembles to our traditional aircraft. Like so, you can see here we are having two wings and a body inside it. So a fixed wing drone are those capable of harnessing air and generating force that allows them to stay in air by taking advantage of aerodynamics. Now, since our traditional aircrafts also going to use the aerodynamics and they are going to use this wings and to fly in air, so same logic it will be applicable for our fixed wing drones. So the advantage of this drone means they can have a more endurance and more flight time in here. So why? Because it is a flat and it is having a two wings, so it is more endurance compared to other types of drones. So now coming back to our next one, that is a multi-rotor drones. Now these are the what we people are more familiar with. It might be a function or it might be any uh, surveying. We are all look up at these type of drones, that is nothing but multi-rotor drones. So where they will be having a multiple motors and also as multiple propellers will be having. So the first category is the fixed wing drones. Next category is the multi-rotor drones. These multi-rotor drones are also known as rotatory wing and the most widely used type of drones for recreational and professional use. Their small size and excellent control over multi-rotor drones, the best choice of aerial photography, and also use it for surveying, mapping. So again, based on these rotors present inside that particular multi-rotor, we are again having different categories. So the based upon the type of or the number of motors that it had and number of propellers that it had. So based on that also our multi-rotor drone has been classified. So we are going to take a look at it. But just before going to further, we are going to understand what is the types of drones. This is the second category of drone. After a fixed wing, it is a multi-rotor drone. Now coming back to our next one, that is a single rotor and helicopter drones. So where this resembles the our traditional helicopter. So but instead of this, we are not having a man or any human present inside it. That's why we are calling it as a drone or UAV. So these are also more durable and a single rotor drones, similar to the design like our actual helicopter, which is having only one rotor provider, and the tail control the direction stability and change the directions. So this is a single rotor helicopter drones. Now coming back to a final category, that is a fixed wing hybrid VTOL drones. Now we are calling fixed wing and hybrid. So why we are calling it fixed wing and hybrid means, so this we are having fixed wings as well as the multi rotors. So you can observe there we are having, so these we are calling as a propellers. Okay, these are propellers. We'll be taking a look into our components of drone, how we can made a drone. But first look at this one, fixed wing hybrid VTOL. We already said that VTOL is nothing but vertical takeoff and a landing. Now, I'll just recollect what we have discussed previously. This is a fixed wing drone. In this fixed wing drone, what happens means, based on our traditional or actual aircraft, there should be a runway to take off, right? So you need to maintain certain speed. After certain speed, it is going to lift into the air. So we need to a runway. One disadvantage in our fixed wing, even though it is having more endurance, so we are having one disadvantage, that is it should be having a one runway so that it can lift to the air. So it is one of the disadvantage we can say. Why? Because not every place will be having a runway. So where is the runway, we can take off and touch down the ground there itself. So it is one drawback based upon our fixed wing. Now that drawback has been converted into a by using our hybrid VTOL uh, as a advantage. How means, so we are having two types here. So using a fixed wing as well as a multi rotor, it will take the advantage of both uh, multi rotors and a fixed wing. So what we are talking about fixed wing, we are having a more endurance over there, right? So in our multi rotor, what is the advantage? We can, wherever we want to take off or wherever we want to touch down, it is easy. Why? Because it is going to take a uh, it does not need any kind of runway. So just it will lift off and it will touch down wherever we require. But in our fixed wing, it is not the case. We should be having the runway. So this disadvantage has been taken out by this fixed wing hybrid VTOL, right? VTOL is nothing but vertical takeoff and landing. Okay, so we can take vertically landing and taking off. Even though we are having a fixed wing, by using our multi rotors, we can do this. Now, these are the four main categories of drones that we are having: fixed wing, multi rotor, single rotor, and fixed wing with hybrid. That is VTOL. Now, uh, I think the image, it might be not that clarity, but I will let you what we have discussed previously. That is, it is a fixed wing and it is a single rotor helicopter A and B. The C is a quadcopter. The D is the hexacopter. E is the octocopter. How we are saying means, since it is a fixed wing, we are calling it as a fixed wing, and since it is we are having a single rotor, we are calling it as a single rotor, and we are having four propellers. In our normal terminologies, we are calling that as a fan, but you should not call as a fan. We also have to call this one as a propellers. We are having four propellers. These four propellers we are having. That's why in our nomenclature, quad is nothing but four. So that's why we are calling it as a quadcopter. Coming back to the next D, that is we are having six propellers. That's why we are calling it as a hexa. So hexacopter, quadcopter, hexacopter, octocopter, where we are having 8 propellers. So this is how we are going to subdivide our multi-rotor drones into multiple categories based upon the number of propellers we are having to each, or number of propellers attached to it. Okay, these are the types of drones that we are having, a very basic thing. And now coming back to a comparison, so now that is a vertical takeoff and landing drone and a multi-rotor and a fixed wing. These are the three main categories. We can say that is a takeoff and land can be done anywhere, where in the case of VTOL under multi-rotor. So you can see takeoff and landing can be done anywhere by VTOL under multi-rotor. Why? Because they will be using a rotors. If we are using a rotors, that multi-rotor, it will be rotating the propellers and it will take off. And wherever we want to land, we can land there itself. But coming back to a fixed wing, it is not possible to take off wherever we want and to touch down wherever we want. Why? Because there should be definitely a runway to take off and to touch down the ground. So this is one of the things that is not possible in our fixed wing drones, that is take off and landing anywhere we want. Now coming back to the next item, that is a long flight time. Yes, VTOL will offer you long flight time. Why? Because of this aerodynamics, that it is having a fixed wing. So this VTOL and our fixed wing will be offering a long flight time. But whereas our multi-rotor, it will be having a limited time, a certain time. It can fly a maximum of 30 minutes or 40 minutes based on the battery capacity that we are having. So coming back to ease of use. So in ease of use, so we are using multi-rotor, we can handle easily, and VTOL we can handle easily. But coming back to our fixed wing, it is somewhat difficult to uh, operate our fixed wing without a proper guidance or proper training for our fixed wing. So these are main comparison between our three categories of drone: fixed wing, multi-rotor, and a fixed wing VTOL. And we are not mentioning here a single copter, that is a helicopter, single rotor drone. So which comes under a category of our rotor only, multi-rotor. So now coming back to what are the important components that we are available with. So now if you take look at the components of our drone, so the first and foremost thing that we are having is a frame. So the frame is the most important, like we can say it is a for our construction of house. Why? However, we are using the foundation. Like a frame is also a base thing for our drone, the type of drone that we are choosing. So if you take a look at here, that is we are having a quadcopter, hexacopter, and octocopter. The frame is nothing but, if you are opting for quadcopter, we can choose the frame which is having a four ways. So I'll show you that. Remember the components of drone. What are the important components of drone? Means first thing is the frame, and next one is the propeller. These propellers are nothing but you should not use the fan, but you can say that fans that we are having, like wings that is rotating, right? So the propellers and the motors and electronic speed controllers, power distribution module or power distribution board, we can say, flight controller. It is also important thing, like our CPU in our computer. This flight controller plays a crucial role, which is operating, which is taking care of another components in our drone. So flight control also plays a crucial role. You can some of people will be saying it as a flight controller, or we can also call as a autopilot. So these are the, it is one of the main component in our drone. And the battery, obviously battery we'll discuss. And the transmitter, this transmitter, we'll use the transmitter term, but in colloquial terminology we can call it as a RC, remote controller. And sensors. Okay, these are the most important things that we are having, or important components to construct a drone. We require these must and should, or these are the mandatory components to build a drone. So now we'll take a look at our drone components with the pictorial representation. So we can see here the propellers. So this is a tri-propeller, whatever you are looking at here. Propeller also based on the uh, number of wings attached to which we are having a different types of propellers. The first thing that we are having here is a propellers. These are the motors down beneath the propeller. We are having motors, and we are having a, this one, we can see this one is a ESC, electronic speed controller. And the central part that we are having here, it is a power distribution model, which is responsible for distributing the entire power for our drone. And we are having here first person view transmitter, means for camera. If you are attaching any camera, here you can see that FPP camera. For that one, we are having one transmitter and antenna and control receiver. That is for our transmitter. If you are using transmitter, there should be a receiver, so that it will take the operation, whatever the operation that we are using in our transmitter, that will be received by the receiver, and it will be reflecting to our flight controller, and these operations are will be split to other parts of the uh, drone. And power distribution module, so it is going to distribute the power to entire components, that for motors and for electronic speed controller, and also for our flight controller. The power distribution module or power distribution board is responsible for supplying power to each and every components of our drone. So these are the basic components that we are having in every drone. These are the mandatory or minimum things to build a drone or that drone consists of. Now coming back to the first thing, that is a frame. So this is a frame. So in frame, we can see here we are having three categories. I have three categories for our example purpose. One is a tricopter, one is a quadcopter, and one more is a hexacopter. So the frame is the base of our drone, right? So here we'll be having tricopter. So where we'll be having three motors and three propellers. So our base will be having a four. Here we are calling this one as a hand. Okay. So these four will be having. That's why we are. That's why three we are having. That's why we are calling as a tricopter, and four we are having quadcopter, and six we are having hexacopter. Now we can take a look at here the quadcopter frame. So here the edges we are able to arrange that motors. On the top of motors we are going to arrange propellers. At the center of the frame we are going to place all our components, that is our flight controller, electronic speed controller, and the sensor that we are available with, and also power distribution board we are going to place on the center of our frame. So this is the base of our drone. So you can see here we are having the frames based upon the utilities. So here it is a hexacopter frame and it is a quadcopter frame, and it is also one of the quadcopter frame. Why the design is different means based upon the type of drone that we are going to build or we are going to use. These are categorized in the different applications. Now coming back to this next thing after the frame, so we are having one more thing, that is our propellers. So you can take a look at the propellers, that we are having 2-blade propellers, we are having 3-blade propellers, we are having 4-blade propellers and 5-blade propellers. So these propellers, we think that propellers are same, but they'll be having two types, that is a clockwise and counterclockwise. So a propeller can rotate either in clockwise or counterclockwise, or that is nothing but anti-clockwise direction. If we are having more blades, we require more thrust and more energy. Based upon the users, we are going to choose the type of blade, but most probably we are going to use the 2-blade propellers, which is efficient to use, to which also take the lesser battery consumption if you are using this one. If we are having more thrust we require and more capacity we require, which will reduces our efficiency. So that's why most of the time we are going to use a 2-blade propellers. So 3-blade propeller, 4-blade propellers, and 5-blade propellers. These are the types of propellers we are having. So next one, coming back to one more important thing, that is a motor. So if you take a look at our motors that we require to for a construction or building of a drone, we are having two types of motors. One is the brushed DC motor and brushless DC motors. So nowadays everyone are using brushless DC motors because of the advantages that it is having. So will be using that brushless DC motors, so which is used, and we'll be using this brushless DC motors. And if you are using a quadcopter, we are going to use 4 DC motors. If you are using a hexacopter, we are going to use 6 motors. And if you are going for octa drone, so we are going to use that 8 motors. Okay, so this is the propeller, the basic term that we have seen, that is a frame, propeller, motor, and one more is the electronic speed controller. So this electronic speed controllers, what is the use of this electronic speed controllers means ESCs we will be calling in short term, that electronic speed controller, an electronic circuit that connects the motor, the battery and flight controller, whose primary purpose is to change speed and direction of the drone. So now I'm just going to explain the concept. Now how a drone actually works and how to fly, that we are going to understand in the further coming slides. Now see this ESC. It is also one of the component of our drone or UAV, electronic speed controllers. So now we are having this electronic speed controller. So for quadcopter for different kind of drones that we are going to use different kind of electronic speed controller. For now, this is a, if you take a look at this diagram, that it is going to use a quadcopter, obviously. Why? Because we are having 4 motors connected to this one. Now understand that electronic speed controller is responsible to change the speed and direction of drone. How we can change the speed and direction of drone means we need to know the working of drone actually. So you remember that ESS plays also one of the crucial role in our drone, electronic speed controller. Now coming back to the next term, that is a power distribution module or power distribution board. So now, to run any electronical or electrical components, that we require power. Now how we cannot directly give the power to it, right? Why? Because some will be having minute circuits where if we are going to give a more power to it or more current to it, it might get damaged, right? So that's why we'll be having this power distribution module or power distribution boards, where it is going to deliver or transfer the equal amount of or desired amount of power to each other component. So power distribution board or power distribution module is used to distribute the power from battery to motors and autopilot or flight controller to other peripherals of our drone. So now the most and important thing in our drone is nothing but a flight controller. So this we are calling as flight controller or autopilot. So what is the use of this flight controller or autopilot means, since we can assume like in our system or computer that CPU is a brain of the computer, right? In the similar fashion, our flight controller is nothing but a brain of our drones. So this is very important thing. Pixoc is one of the flight controller which is a famous on available in the market, Pixoc. So this is a flight controller which is responsible for stabilization, control, and overall performance of an aircraft. So it is attached to the sensor, it will be attached to ESS, it is attached to our receiver, it is attached to a battery, it is attached to a power distribution boards, and it is attached for communication and outboard computers for any advanced mechanism like artificial intelligence like that. So this flight controller is one of the important component or main thing that we are present in our drone, right? So why we are calling that means everything is connected through it, and this is going to moderate or it is going to look after the connectivities in our drone. So Pixoc is the name of a flight controller which is available. There are a lot of flight controllers we are available, but Pixoc is one of the well-known and well-used flight controller in our. So you can see these are telemetry controllers, and we are having power controller means we will be connecting a connection between this flight controller and power module and analog to digital converters. So these are we'll be having, and also GPS. So another additional sensor that we can add in our drone is a GPS, global positioning system. We will be using that, and it will be connected to our flight controller, and it is going to send the information to us. So this is one important thing in our flight, in our drone, that is a flight controller. And next that we are having is a battery. So now battery is based upon the cells, that we are having a 6 cells battery. Total together we will be having 22 volts. So based upon the capacity of the motors that we are choosing and the type of drone that we are choosing, we need to choose the battery. So for if we are choosing any small copter, that is a tricopter, and we are keeping a high battery and which is not having any purpose for it, and it is a waste of battery capacity, right? Now I'm going to sell that 6 cells battery. Now it is going to provide a 22.2 volts. What it actually tells means each cell is capable of 3.7 volts exactly. How we can say means 22.2 volts divided by 6, we are going to get 3.7 volt. One cell is capable of having a 3.7 volts. So these are this is also one of the important component of our drone. And the final one is that we can say some of they will be saying RC, or some we can say transmitter in a normal terminology, we have to say it is a transmitter. So we are having a transmitter where we are operating our drone using this transmitter only. So you can see there are two sticks we are having. So one is the throttle stick and one is the pitch and yaw movement stick. So what are this pitch? So basic terminologies, if you are going to operate a drone, means we may be having a knowledge about what is a yaw, what is a roll, what is a pitch, and what is a lift. We need to have this. So we'll discuss this one. Now this is the transmitter that we are having. So you can see here left trim on the right stick we are having here. So will these sticks are having the directions of forward, backward, and the left, right, and right, left, or not. Like if you are having the in the same directions, northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast, in the directions, we can also use these sticks based upon the uh, operation that we want to perform. These sticks have been programmed in our drone. So if you are going to click this left one forward, so in some drones they will be having a option of going forward. In some drones, if you are going to push this stick forward, leftward stick forward, what it will take off. Okay, so based upon the different companies drones, their functionalities also changes on the transmitter, that is a remote control. No, it is not universal that every company will be having the same type of operations for every drones. So they will be programmed. Right side stick will be given for taking off on touchdown. Left side stick is given for rotating left, rotating right, and moving forward and moving backward based upon the company's requirement. So now at last thing is the sensors. So we'll be having accelerometer sensor, barometer, gyroscope sensor, magnetometer. So to drone to withstand in a standard position or a constant position, it will work on these sensors. Even our mobile phones will also having the accelerometer and gyroscope sensor. So it will be taking look after the rotations and the directions of our mobile phone. In the similar fashion, these sensor in our drone also applicable for orientation and changing the direction of the drone. So now coming back to our basic things. So whatever we have gone through so far, those are nothing but our components of drone and how the drone actually made up of. Now coming back to a functioning or flying a drone, a person, we have to know about these things. Now what is the throttle, what is the pitch, what is a roll, what is a yaw? So now we are taking an example of quadcopter. So quadcopter means what we are having, will be having a 4 motors and 4 propellers. Now the main and important thing in a quadcopter or any other drone is that not all motors will be rotating in a same direction. So two of them are rotating clockwise and two of them are rotating in a counterclockwise. Why is that? Means, so to take off and to stay in a constant position, if all the 4 motors are rotating in a single direction, the functionality is not applicable. Means it won't stay in a current location. It is moving towards backward and forward. So that's why in our drone, so two of them are going to rotate in a clockwise and two of the motors are rotating in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, so you can see this one. Now for example, if you look at the picture, so we are having this one. So you can consider this 4 motors. Now if our motor, now you can see this one, if my motor, or if my drone wants to take off or lift off, to take a lift, what I have to do means our motor should provide a thrust or lift, so that the weight of the drone, the lift is greater than the weight of the motor. Means the motor need to provide a thrust in such a way that it is having the thrust is greater than the weight of the motor. Then what happens, it is going to take off, so it is going to lift. So here you can see here in our transmitter, that is our in our remote controller, we are having pitch and yaw. So throttling means we are going to give throttle means we are going to give acceleration, right? For our bikes, for our cars, we are going to give acceleration. In the similar fashion, throttle is nothing but giving acceleration to the drone. So where we are going to give the power, so the throttle means the drone will take off. If the throttle is going to reduce and it is going to stay grounded, or it will come back to down. So if you want to lift the drone, we need to give a throttle. So for if you look this one, in this transmitter, that we are having pitch yaw to the left one, and the throttle and roll we are having towards the right stick. So this is a stick we are having. You can see there are knob we are having this one. So this can move forward and backward, right, left, northwest direction or northeast direction. It can move the stick. Now, if you want to lift the drone, you will push the right stick forward. So if you push the forward, what it will generate? The motors will increase the speed of the its speed, and what happens, it all obviously generates some more thrust which is greater than the weight of the motor, the weight of the drone, and it will take a lift. In similar fashion, if you observe this picture, now if my motor, that is if my drone wants to move forward, what I need to do means it will work opposite. What I'm actually saying means, if my drone wants to move forward, what I have to do means I have to increase the speed of the back motors. So he can see here this one red color rotation, that I'm going to increase the speed of these motors. What it will do means it will move forward. Now if my drone needs to move backward means, what I will do means I will decrease the speed of the front motors and I will increase the speed of the back motor, so that it will go forward. And in the vice versa case, if I'm going to increase the speed of front motors and reduce the speed of back motors, what it will do, it will move backward. So next, coming back to roll. So roll is nothing but roll. We are not here in our terminology, drone terminology. Roll is nothing but it is moving left side or right side. So roll left and roll right. So similar to that of our pitch forward, pitch backward, roll left, roll right. What is roll left, roll right means, if I want to take my drone towards the right side, so what I need to do, I need to increase the speed of the left motors. Okay, speed of the left motors, it will move towards the right. If I want to move towards the right direction, I need to increase the speed of left motors, so that it will move towards the right. So this is how a roll works in a drone. Now coming back to yaw. So what is this yaw means? It is nothing but one more terminology that you might be aware of, that is hover. Hover is the word. What is hover means? The drone is in the certain level of height, and the drone is not moving anywhere, or it is not moving towards right, or it is not moving towards down, or it is not moving towards left or up. Then we can say that that a drone is in the hover mode. Hover means staying in a constant position in the air. Then we can say it is a hover mode. In the hover mode, if I want to rotate the drone, where is, without changing the left to right, I want to change the orientation of drone, then I will go for yaw movement. So in the yaw movement, if I want to rotate my drone into a clockwise, so what I will do means I will rotate the speed of the motors of counterclockwise rotating motors. If I want to change the orientation of my drone from clockwise to counterclockwise, what I will do is, now I will increase the speed of clockwise rotating motors. So obviously it will take the clockwise direction. So clockwise means I need to increase the speed of counterclockwise motors, and if I want to rotate anti-clockwise, then I want to increase the speed of clockwise rotating motors. So here we have to keep in mind that in a drone, if you are having 4, or if you are having 6, or if you are having 8, half of them will be rotating in a clockwise and half of them will be rotating in a counterclockwise. This is a basic thing that we have to understand. Now all motors will be rotating in a similar direction. So two of them, now we are discussing is a quadcopter. So our two motors will be rotating in a clockwise and two motors will be rotating in a anti-clockwise. Now, this is basic understanding of drone and these functionalities. You need to remember one is throttle. It is nothing but moving drone upward and downward. Pitch is nothing but moving forward and backward. Roll is nothing but moving left and right. Yeah is nothing but changing the orientation of drone. And also you have to remember that whatever the operation that we are going to give in our transmitter, that is our RC, these motor is going to rotate based upon the actions. So now if I want to move forward means what is I have to give? I have to give pitch. Pitch means if I'm going to take the left stick and I'm going to uh, move the position towards the forward, it is going to forward direction. And if I'm going to take the stick towards the down, it is going to move backward direction. Automatically what happens internally, the motors, if I want to move my drone towards forward means what happens, the backward motor speed will be more and forward motors will be less. And if I want to move my drone backward means the forward motors will be rotating in uh, more speed, and coming back to our backward it is going to be less speed. So this is pitch forward, pitch backward, and yeah is nothing but changing the orientation. So orientation, that is a rotating clockwise and a rotating counterclockwise, that is we are going to give yeah. And one more we are having, that is a throttle up, throttle down, move up and move down. We are going that one as a throttle. This is nothing but giving a acceleration to our drone. And coming back to our roll is nothing but moving left side and moving right side. So here if you are going to move right side, what happens, the speed of left side motors have to be more than the speed of the right side motor. And if you want to move towards the right side, the speed of left side motor should be more than the speed of right side motors. So this is basic functioning how a drone actually works. Now coming back to applications of drones. So there are a lot of applications that we are having. We will start with the main thing, that is a agriculture sector. So if you want to monitor crop, or if you want to precision agriculturing and livestock monitoring, we can use drones also. Okay, crop monitoring. How we can do a crop monitoring? We are saying crop monitoring. How it is possible means a drone is capable of flying, right? In the flying we are going to add some additional payloads, we will call, that is payload. A camera is a payload, a sprayer is a payload. You need to remember them as a payloads. So the payload, for example, I'm a computer science student, I want to take the my research project towards forward by using a drone in my research area, where I'm going to take a research on crop monitoring or crop health or disease detection using a drone means we are having one option, that is adding a payload called camera or hyperspectral cameras, where this drone is capable of taking high resolution pictures, and out of that picture by using our AML uh, techniques we can detect the crop health, right?
Hello, Suresh sir. Suresh sir. Hello.
Sir, am I audible, sir? Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir? I don't know why I got disconnected. Sir, anyone can give me some quick response that am I audible or not? I'm not getting any proper response. Um, Kindly do give me a acknowledgement of whether my voice is audible or not.
Now audible, sir.
Sir, how many minutes it took, sir? My voice is disconnected.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Just,
Okay, fine, sir.
just
Just thank you. So I didn't get any acknowledgement. I'm keep on going. But later I just got a anyhow. Thank you, sir. So
okay,
we are
okay.
discussing
Can,
about the application of UAVs. So now in your UAVs application, one is crop monitoring. So as we discussed that we can have some cameras, hyperspectral cameras. Now we can take this here. Take a look at here. So we are having some harvesting purpose and for spraying purpose and for mapping purpose, that we are having a lot of payloads. We are saying that as a payloads. So for harvesting, for spraying, for mapping, for sensing, if you're coming for spraying any pesticides, we are going to use that payloads like a water capacity tank that we are having, and spraying motors that are present inside the camera that we are having. So where we'll be having like for in our example, if you take a look at this picture, so we are having a octocopter where we'll be having 8 motors and 8 propellers to it. So using that, we can. This is visible properly, I hope. Uh, yeah. So here we are having that payloads we are calling for different applications. Will be having different payloads. So this is for agriculture point of view, for precision algorithms, for precision agriculture. We are going to use the hyperspectral cameras where we are using this hyperspectral cameras. We are going to get the information of where our crop is well cultivated or where it is not cultivated using a hyperspectral cameras. And coming back to one more application is that aerial photography and film industry. So aerial photography, nowadays we have seen that drones are flying in any marriages or any functions where they will be having a high resolution cameras, and they'll be taking a good picture which is capable of gimbal also, means there is no disturbance. Like in our mobile phones we'll be having image stabilization, in a similar fashion that we'll be having a gimbal camera attached to that our drone as a payload, and it will be used for our aerial photography, and also film industry also use this one. You can see this example of our film industry using a camera. So where the shots that which are not capable or which are not possible of a normal human being taking care, so these drones are using. So you can see that they'll be having a octocopter or a hexacopter based upon the payload that we are having, that is a camera weight. So if the weight, see, remember one thing, that our motor should provide a thrust or a energy that it should be the greater than that of our weight of the drone, then only the drone will take off. So we have to calculate this math, and then we have to uh, construct a drone, if you are thinking of. And next one, coming back to applications of UAVs. UAVs are nothing but unmanned aerial vehicles or unmanned aerial spacecrafts or unmanned aerial spacecrafts, we can termed as. Now coming back to here applications, surveillance and security. So we can have two important, one is law enforcement assistant in the monitoring large ground trafficking management and crime scene investigation. So there will be some places where we cannot go. If there is a drone, we can send the drone and we can have a live monitoring of it. And by taking the image live transmission, we can analyze whether a person is carrying any unauthorized weapons or any unauthorized objects with him. So we can use this application as a border security also, where we'll be having image image processing. We'll be having, like, if we are going to get a live image, so we can track that particular image and object identification and object detection. So by just taking a look at the person, what he's holding, either it may be a gun or either maybe a knife or any bomber. So we can use this image classification techniques and using this as our one of the application in our drones. Now coming back to our applications, one more application, that is a disaster management, search and rescue operations, and damage assessment. In search and rescue operations, you can see here where one drone is going to spray a water to the fire building. So it is also useful for a human being where he cannot climb there and we cannot spray, and there will be some areas using a drones. You can see here a drone is connected with the pipe and the motor, and it is going to spray some water on the fire building. And coming back to a rescue operation, it is going to supply one live buoy to a person who is present inside a water. So these kind of applications also possible. There are n number of or enormous applications of drones that we are having. So this is one form. So it is going to carry some life buoy jacket, and it is going to handing over to the person who is uh, drowning towards the drowning in the water. And this is going to spray some water to a fire. Next one is delivery services. So nowadays we have heard some news that aerial door delivery is also possible, that Amazon has started, and it is not fully functional. I hope that will be in the next coming years. It is possible that drone delivery is also possible. But here in drone deliveries, one of the thing that it is going to be a constraint is that GPS and also connectivity. So GPS plays a crucial role in our drone delivery purpose. That GPS should be accurate. If we are going to give a wrong GPS, the chances of a drone getting crash landing or crashes. So it is also one of the thing which is a, a constraint that we are having in our drone delivery service. And e-commerce service. So we have maybe heard of that, supplying medical equipments and also the packages towards e-commerce. So it is also one of the applications of drones. And next, coming back to applications of UAVs in construction sites. These are more important for civil engineering and also electrical engineering. So where electrical engineers and the civil engineers, they everything they have to climb and they have to check. If we are going to use our drones, they'll be checking the drone monitoring, construction, inspecting structures, and provide detailed aerial maps and also power lines. As we know that we cannot go towards the high tension cables and high tension wires near to it. We can send the drone. And also here one more drawback, since our drone is having a uh, GPS, all these GPS will be affected by electromagnetic field. And also so in that situations we are going to use some another concept called digital twins we are going to use. But remember that applications of UAV is also used in our construction sites and power lines and pipelines. Now you can see these images what depicts. Actually they are going to inspect buildings roof and power lines or high tension cables. So coming back to our next application, that is environmental monitoring. We can also use of environmental monitoring, and that is comes under wildlife conservation and environmental surveys. So in wildlife conservation, that we are going to check where the population of rhinoceros are having and where they are staying. By making a constant survey towards that, we can uh, also take care of these wild conservation lives. And also coming back to our environmental, so we are having some sensors. So that sensors we can use, using that sensor at the morning time how much carbon dioxide we are having in the air, at the evening times how much carbon dioxide we are having. Using this sensor we can also uh, equip to the drones, and we can use these drones, so that which is helpful for our human lives also. And one more application also we are having, that is for archaeology survey and also for meteorology. So in archaeologies, so we'll be having a old uh, sites that we need to understand what is actually present beneath it. So we are going to use one more sensor or one more payload. We call that one as a lidar. So we are using lidar, and this lidar sensor, it will scan the entire area, and we are going to give some, it is going to give some information, and this information is again going to fetch into the softwares like Agisoft or any softwares which are having, and which will give more information to us using these softwares. And coming back to our engineering areas, so we are having these kind of application, that is coming back to a computer science engineer. If you are having a computer science engineer, what we can use, so from drones we will collect the images, and using the drones that we can use a crop damage detection, tree counts, crop health detection, road cracks, flood detection, and image classification we can perform, and also image based analysis that will be using like object tracking and traffic monitoring and motion detection and object identification from the video. And these all comes under like our surveillance purpose also. And coming to EC and triple departments, they can go on the hardware development side, where some sensor they can develop, or they can develop autonomous drones. So without any intervention of human, the drone can be fly. So we can call them as autonomous drones. Coming back to a civil, they can directly take the applications of it, so they can survey, and they can uh, use a directly drone. And coming back to our mechanical engineers, these mechanical engineers can be made use of this propellers design, or using some molds, so they can design propellers, and using any different kind of material, and strengthening the testing the strength of material, how much quality that a propeller need to be done, what is the lightweight material that we can use, like graphene or any other kind of material we can utilize, or we can go in these directions if you are going to uh, go into the research area. So so one more thing that I need to add over here is that there are some environmental constraints for us. Not every climate is capable of handling drones. If it is a rainy season, then we cannot go for flying the drone. Why? Because these are electronical components, and this water can damage the components, and these components are very costly. So not every weather condition is suitable for our flying drone. And also one more thing, that if there is high wind and um, high storm, that they are there, and we can also use these drones. These are some constraints that we are having while operating our drones. Uh, so so this is all I want to say. Thanks for this opportunity for our emerging technologies in computer science, and also our college, and also the organizers, Dr. Ashwak Ahmad sir, and Mr. K. Nagaraju sir. So, so is there
Sir,
anything or any doubts that the participants having? I kindly request you can post or you can ask from me right now.
so please ask any doubts, participants, for Suresh Babu sir. So thank you, sir. So any
Okay,
questions,
sir.
any queries? Please ask to P. Suresh Babu sir.
Okay, sir. If nothing left, I can take a leave, I think.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Suresh Babu sir. So well, so good saying, sir.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
opportunity,
sir.
participants. Thank you for your time. And I hope you'll be enjoying the remaining session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Dear participants, with this, we come to end of today's session. We'll join again. I request all of you again to join tomorrow. Tomorrow phone session will start. Thank you. Have a good day.